See what it's like and give it some acceleration. Yeah, my neck hurts. That is properly quick. Hello and welcome back to Simply Greg's Review. Oh, do we got something special and controversial today? We have a 2025 Tesla Model Y, the refreshed, updated, new and improved Tesla Model Y. Let's get into it and still see if we can figure out if the Model Y is still the king of the EV SUV. Let's see what it's like. This is the 2025 Tesla Model Y. This is in dual motor all-wheel drive configuration. Controversial vehicle, heavily updated vehicle as well. New front fascia, which makes it really look elegant. The middle portion of the vehicle stayed somewhat the same, and so has the overall profile and the mechanics underneath. But I still think this is one of the best EVs around, possibly the easiest one to live with as well. Here is your new rear fascia as well. I believe they made this tailgate area multiple pieces to reduce repair costs, but again, looks super elegant, looks stylish, it looks handsome, it looks all grown up. I believe this is what they should have made in the first place. And this is one of the launch edition vehicles as well. Still looks good. We're familiar with all the Tesla Model Y, but the biggest changes come inside. This is where they made the biggest changes, and then we'll get into the suspension and ride after. So this is where I think the biggest differences are. Similar door panels to what they were, but the interior, everything feels much higher quality. The seats are absolutely beautiful in here. These are really nice seats. We'll start with the door card. Feels really nice. Gone are the days of floppy panels and stuff falling off. If we go inside here, steering wheel still has the buttons on the steering wheel, but it's been replaced. The flasher button has finally been replaced with a proper indicator stock, which has made life a lot easier on this test drive right now versus having to fiddle around with the indicators. Still looks great here. Everything is amazing. What you would regularly see on your Model Y, it's just new and improved. A lot of the styling cues have come from the Model 3 Highland update, which we've also covered. Typical Tesla software, what you would expect in here. Everything is still the same, still very quick, very bright, very easy to use. Still the best infotainment in any EV on the market today. But a much nicer place to sit now. We'll go into the back. Again, the updates follow into the back. Still nice back here. You have your glass roof. You have your little screen back here as well with your USB-Cs. What I've noticed driving this is that you don't get the creaks, you don't get the rattles. The suspension is ultra smooth in here. That's what impressed me the most, was the suspension upgrades that they did to it. We'll just open up the back as well. Pretty much everything standard Model Y back here, nothing crazy. You still got your shelves that pop out that will get it loose or you'll lose, but everything here is pretty standard Tesla. Just they did a lot of reworking, and a lot of the engineering you don't actually see. It's underneath, and this is a launch series vehicle as well. I still think this is a good SUV. I still have a soft spot for Tesla, even with all the controversy and everything surrounding the brand these days. I still think this is the easiest EV to live with and the least hassle-free, for the most part, to live with. Beautiful update. This is the vehicle that they should have made in the first place. Let's go take it for a drive and see what it's like. Okay, let's go take it for a drive now. We'll swipe to go forward. I do like the touch display, how you swipe forward for drive and back for reverse. I really like that. The thing with Tesla is that their pedal tuning is fantastic. I'm driving it right now and it's absolutely fantastic pedal tuning in here, but it's just so quiet. It's so much more refined than the outgoing model, and to me that's the biggest difference. Is They listened to their customer input on their product and they just improved everything. A lot of people are saying, oh, they didn't improve the tech, they didn't improve the drivetrain. You know what? Most people don't care. They just want to get to where they need to go. And also they just want to have a car that they plug in and charge. And it's still, that's kind of the biggest advantage with Tesla is that they do have their wonderful charging network. Yes, it's open to other brands, but it's still easiest to use with a Tesla because you just roll up and plug it in and you're good to go. Let's take it out on the road here. As you see, very quiet in here. Pedal tuning is still amazing on these vehicles. Still has amazing pedal tuning. Let's take it out onto the road and see what it's like and give it some acceleration. Yeah, my neck hurts. That is properly quick. That is properly quick. But it's just so quiet in here. There's tons of power. I cannot believe how quick that was. This is a launch edition vehicle. Yeah, and it really launches you. It really launches you. Handling so far in drive, really, really good. The steering feels amazing. It doesn't feel like any other Model Y I've driven. As I said on this channel, we review cars, not people. And this is still a very good car. This is still probably one of the best EVs around and one of the easiest EVs to live with as we just go around the corner here. Let's go try to hit some bumps. This is my road test route at the shop, so finding bumps here could sometimes be a bit difficult. Yeah, it's just so quiet in here. And it's really nice. It's a nice place to sit at the end of the day. This would be ultra comfortable as a daily driver, ultra comfortable as a road tripper. This is a solid road tripper. We've done our trips to Scotland in it. Yeah, this is really nice. This is new and improved, as they would say. This is really nice. It's just a shame there's so much controversy around the brand and the sales are down because this is absolutely phenomenal. I can't get over how nice that pedal tuning is. You don't get that anymore in some EVs. Some of the EVs we drive, the pedal tuning is so bad. But super quiet in here. No rattles, no bumps, no bangs, nothing like the old car. I remember we had that one in Scotland, and it was absolutely just rattling around everywhere, even though it was still nice to drive. Here's some bumps. We'll hit these bumps here. Yeah. Everything's super solid in here. It just feels 30-40% better than the outgoing model. This to me is still the EV SUV king, just as I keep saying, in terms of livability, but also it just feels good. It feels different. It feels different than the other EV SUVs out there, and it actually feels like a solid product. That's the difference. The Teslas of before were kind of a bit all over the place. The seats are super comfortable and supportive, but it just feels absolutely amazing. I wish there wasn't the issues with Tesla of late, because this is such a quality product. This is absolutely amazing. And yeah, I think it's still a good buy. I really think it's still a good buy. I'm going to get flamed in the comment section about it, but I still think this is a really good buy. Hopefully one day they get their act together. What's funny is I don't think we need to do this whole deep dive road test with it. I mean, even coming up here, it just feels so tight. The suspension and steering, it just feels so tight. It feels well put together. It feels very well engineered this time around. But for me, the biggest difference is the suspension feeling in here. It actually feels like a European product. It feels like a solid product. That's what really gets me going in here. Let's see what we got in here. All the layout is the same here. Nothing to talk crazy about that. That's all the same. This hasn't changed, but it just feels a bit faster. It feels good. It feels really good. I wish we could play some music, but unfortunately we can't due to copyright. Even the cameras on here are looking good. So I think we'll pull over and give some final thoughts. This doesn't need to be longer than it has to be, but it's just so nice in here. It's everything you would expect from a Model Y, actually. Oh boy, what are my final thoughts on this one? This might be controversial. I've driven a lot of EVs on this channel, you know. This is what our channel is, we drive EVs. And I haven't driven something that good in a long time. You might have your opinions of Tesla and everything else that's going on, but in terms of a vehicle, that's fantastic. I haven't driven an EV that exciting in a long time, or something that drives as nice as that. And at the end of the day, Tesla is still an EV only company, so I think they could do some certain things better, but that is so much better than the outgoing model. I would say 30, 40, 50% better than the outgoing model. And it is a launch edition, so a bit more power, but that really hurt my neck. It's just so refined. It's so nice compared to all the other EVs that we've driven on the channel. I still think this is probably the best one, as I mentioned, the easiest one to live with. Yeah, I wish there wasn't everything going on with them, but well, we won't get into that, but you always have to mention it, don't you? Super cool. Really happy I drove it. It blew me away more than when I drove the Highland Model 3. I would still recommend buying one, but be very careful buying it, actually. Be careful buying it. But in terms of a vehicle, it's still an awesome vehicle, and that's what we do here. We review cars, and that's a damn good one. We'll see you in the next video.